Close your eyes. It is Saturday afternoon. You are sitting in front of the television. Barn TV just ended. In your hand is a small bag of candy, the weekly Lord Scott that you waited all week for. The wrapper crinkles as you open it. The smell hits your nose. And suddenly, everything feels right with the world. If you grew up in Norway in the 80s or 90s, you know exactly what I am talking about. The candy, the chocolate, the snacks that define our childhood Saturdays. But here is the sad truth. Many of those treats are gone now, discontinued, pulled from shelves, lost to time. This video is about 15 Norwegian snacks and candies that disappeared. The ones we still dream about. The ones we wish we could taste just one more time. Let's start with number 15. Number 15. Regal and Hassler. These tiny chocolates were perfection in miniature. Regal was shaped like a little log, while Hassler was filled with tiny bits of hazelnuts. They were the perfect size when you only had a few or left at the kiosk. Not enough for a big chocolate bar, but just right for a Regal or Hassler. They cost almost nothing, and they were absolutely delicious. Freya had been making Regal since 1901. Think about that. Almost a century of Norwegian childhoods were shaped by that little chocolate log. But in 1999, it was over. Sales were down. The chocolates were discontinued. Today, you cannot buy Regal anywhere. Those tiny, perfect chocolates exist only in our memories now. Number 14. Krembanen, the little yellow banana. Nidar had been making this chocolate since 1957. Dark chocolate on the outside, creamy banana filling on the inside. The shape was distinctive, curved like an actual banana. Kids loved it. Adults loved it. Everyone loved the Krembanen. But in 2019, something broke at the factory. The machine that made the chocolates curved needed replacing. Nidar looked at the sales numbers. They looked at the cost of the new machine, and they decided it was not worth it. Just like that, 62 years of history ended because of a broken machine. The outcry was immediate. Norwegians flooded social media, demanding the banana come back. So far, Nidar has not listened. If this trip down memory lane is hitting you right in the feelings, consider subscribing. We have more Norwegian nostalgia coming every week. Number 13. Soho. This was the chocolate that tried to be different. Launched in 1998, Soho was Nidar's ambitious attempt to create something completely new. Chocolate filled with whipped yogurt and crispy bits. It was weird. It was wonderful, and it cost 60 million kroner to develop and market. Nidar believed Soho would change everything. Norwegian consumers had other ideas. The chocolate was discontinued in 2001. Then, in 2012, Nidar brought it back for those who remembered. And then they discontinued it again in 2014. Some chocolates are just not meant to survive, no matter how many times you try to resurrect them. But if you were one of the people who actually liked Soho, you remember it fondly. That strange yogurt chocolate that nobody else seemed to understand. Number 12. Opal. Imagine a chocolate filled with raspberry cream jelly. That was Opal, made by Bergin and later Nidar after the merger. Opal was a pink-wrapped treasure that tasted like summer. The combination of chocolate and bringebär was simple but perfect. Opal was on the market from the 1950s until 1989. Almost 40 years of raspberry cream goodness. When people talk about the chocolates they miss the most, Opal comes up again and again. There have been Facebook campaigns, petitions, heartfelt pleas to Nidar to bring it back. So far, nothing. Opal remains gone, a pink-wrapped memory from a simpler time. Number 11. Freya Lohengrin. If you want to see Norwegians get emotional, mention Lohengrin. This was not just chocolate. This was art. Smooth milk chocolate infused with almond nougat and roasted hazelnuts. The name came from the romantic opera by Wagner. Everything about Lohengrin felt special. Premium. The kind of chocolate you savored slowly. When Freya discontinued it in 2019, thousands of Norwegians gathered on Facebook demanding it return. One man, a 52-year-old named Eirik, was so heartbroken that he started making his own version at home, trying to recreate the recipe from memory. That is how much Lohengrin meant to people. That is how much we miss it. Number 10. The Twist pieces that disappeared. Twist has been the Christmas chocolate in Norway since 1958. That big bag of individually wrapped chocolates in different flavors. But here is something most people do not realize. Only two flavors have been there since the beginning: Lakris and Cocos. Everything else has come and gone over the decades. Remember the banana piece? Freya removed it in 2001, and the outcry was so intense they had to bring it back in 2005. The apricot piece was removed in 2017. The Bringe Bear piece with the light blue wrapper, gone. The one with the palm tree on brown paper, gone. Every year, Norwegians debate which Twist piece is best. But part of that debate is really about mourning the ones that are no longer there to argue about. Drop a comment and tell us which of these snacks you miss the most. We want to hear your memories. Number 9. Stjerneposen, the star bag. In the 1980s, this was the ultimate Saturday treat. Inside, you got a mix of the best candies. But that was not even the main attraction. The main attraction was the Sammakort, the collectible cards. You could get kiss cards. You could get football cards. You could get all kinds of treasures hidden among the sweets. In 1982, the bag briefly disappeared from stores after someone discovered it contained artificial colorings that were not approved in Norway. It came back, but eventually faded from the market entirely. Other bags took its place. Barnardine Pose, Tevekot, but none of them had quite the same magic as finding that perfect collectible card hidden in your Stjerneposen. Number 8. Salt UFO. These were hard, disc-shaped candies that were intensely salty. Not salty sweet, like modern snacks. Just salty. Eating them would scratch up the inside of your mouth. Your tongue would feel raw afterwards. And Norwegian children absolutely loved them. Salt UFO were available until 2001. Sure, there were variations. Sure UFO, Brus UFO, Cola UFO, but those only lasted a short time. The original salty version had staying power precisely because it was so extreme. Sometimes the snacks we remember most fondly are the ones that hurt a little. Number 7. Brumlikjeks in the small bags. Those tiny bears in the little packages were everywhere in the 90s. Chocolate flavor was best, but vanilla was good too. The perfect snack for small hands. You would see them in every barnhage, every school, every child's lunchbox. The combination of finding these in your mat pack was pure childhood joy. We could argue about whether to eat the ears first or the legs, whether to bite or let them slowly dissolve. These tiny debates were important when you were 6 years old. Number 6. Bergine chocolates. Before the mergers. Before Nidar swallowed everything up. There was Bergine, a Bergen company that made chocolates with their own distinct character. Bergine Kjempenat. Bergene melk og nøtt. The slogan said alltid no got for Bergine, always something good from Bergine. And it was true. In 1980, Bergine merged with Nidar. For a while, the chocolates carried both names, Nidar Bergine. But by 1987, the Bergine name was dropped entirely. The chocolates either disappeared or were rebranded. An entire chocolate heritage from Bergen absorbed and erased. If you are old enough to remember buying something with the Bergine name on it, you are part of a shrinking group who experienced a piece of Norwegian chocolate history that no longer exists. Share this video with someone who grew up eating Norwegian candy in the 80s or 90s. Let's keep these memories alive together. Number 5. Donald Brus, the birthday soda of Norwegian childhoods. Red, synthetic, impossibly sweet. It tasted like Bringe Bear processed through some kind of magical sugar machine. Solo was fine for every day. A Asina was acceptable. But Donald Brus was for birthdays, for celebrations, for special occasions. Several breweries made it, including Nora Fabriker. Then came the mergers of the 1980s, and suddenly Donald Brus was gone, replaced by Even Turbris. When people asked why, nobody could really explain. Some decisions just happened during corporate reorganization. A childhood icon disappeared and nobody told us why. Number 4. Relax. Nidar made several varieties of this chocolate bar. The pink one, the one with Lakris, They were part of the everyday chocolate landscape of Norwegian childhoods. Nothing fancy, nothing revolutionary, just reliable chocolate that you knew would be there when you wanted it, until it was not. Relax quietly disappeared from store shelves. No announcement, no forguel. One day you went looking for it, and it simply was not there anymore. That is how most discontinued snacks go. Not with a bang, but with the quiet realization that something you took for granted has vanished. Number 3. The original S'morebuck. Yes, S'morebuck still exists today. You can buy it right now. But ask anyone who ate S'morebuck before 2011, and they will tell you it is not the same. The original recipe from 1935 created a hard caramel that stuck to your teeth. You could suck on it forever. It lasted and lasted in your mouth, which was perfect when you only had $5 or to spend on sweets. Then in 2011, they improved the recipe, made it softer, made it melt on your tongue faster, made it modern, and something was lost. The new version is fine, but it is not the S'morebuck that made your jaw ache in the best possible way. Number 2, Quick Lunge XXL and the special editions. Quick Lunge is eternal. It will never disappear. The Chocolade, the hiking chocolate, is too deeply embedded in Norwegian identity. But over the years, Freia has released special versions that came and went. Quick Lunge XXL, the thicker version. Quick Lunge with dark chocolate. Quick Lunge with blueberry. Each one found loyal fans who bought them regularly, and each one was eventually discontinued. If you found a special version of Quick Lunge that you loved, there's a good chance it no longer exists. The main product survives. The experiments do not. And number 1, the snack that tops our list. The one that represents everything we have lost. Disney Chocolade from Freia. A milk chocolate bar with a white chocolate Disney character on the front. Mikke Musmini. Lang Banson. Donald. The challenge was to eat around the figure without breaking it. To carefully nibble the milk chocolate edges while preserving the white chocolate character in the center. This was not just candy. This was an activity. A game. A test of patience and precision. When you finished, you could admire your work. A perfect white chocolate Mick Muse sitting alone, freed from its milk chocolate prison. Or, if you were less patient, you had a half-demolished figure in chocolate all over your face. Either way, it was perfect. These 15 snacks represent more than just sugar and cocoa. They represent Saturday afternoons in front of the television. They represent birthday parties with red Donald Bruss. They represent the small rituals that made childhood feel magical. The Norwegian candy market has changed. International brands have arrived. Health consciousness has grown. Production costs have risen. Companies merge and restructure. Recipes that were made by hand are now made by machine or not made at all. But in our memories, that Kremlin is still curved. That Regal still costs a few, or that Stjerneposen still has a perfect collectible card hidden inside. Thank you for taking this trip back in time with us. If you grew up with any of these snacks, hit that like button. Subscribe to Norway Nostalgia for more videos about the Norway that was. And leave a comment telling us which candy or snack you missed the most. What did we forget? What sweet memory have we not yet covered? Vi ses nästa gång.